Hey everybody, this is part 2 of the Orientation to English 111.11 video, and I am now in the modules link. The module is like the course schedule where everything that is assigned, you can find it. So this is how you want to navigate week to week. You'll notice right at the very top for proctored assessments. If you're going to do a proctor assessment, you're going to have to do, view the Nova Student Academic Integrity and Taking Assessments link, and do the proctored activity. This is why I always recommend, if you're local, just go to campus and take your midterm and final. Then there's the welcome. Start here. You can meet me. I've got my overview, my introduction in here. How do you set up your profile? How do you do X, Y, and Z? That's in the welcome module. Now, each module has the date range, module 1, module 2, and these do correspond to that assignment. Okay. So in this assignment overview, you'll see the weeks with the module numbers, the graded major assignments. There are more assignments, but these are the ones that are graded just to remind you. If you go into the modules themselves, you're going to see module 1's pretty light. So you probably could knock module 1 out pretty quickly. You've got a quiz, and it's the syllabus and course navigation. And then you've got discussions to warm yourself up and to get ready for some of the thought projects that are related to the class. Module 2 is Introduction to College Reading and Writing. So as you start to click onto these sections, you'll notice you click on the overview. After you read the overview content, it tells you what the learning outcomes are and the assignments at a glance. You can move forward by clicking on next and moving into the next assignment. We've got some readings that we want you to take a look at. We want you to work on a double entry reflection log. Reflecting on work helps a student understand their strengths and weaknesses much more. And then you can sort of see all of these instructions for this assignment. For the next one, you'll see the discussions and so on and so forth. I'm going to go in over the weekend before the semester starts, and I'm going to make sure all the dates are set up at least ahead of every week. But again, you can look at the schedule that I have prepared for you. You can print this out and you can stay right on top of every major assignment. And obviously, you're not just going to do 3.9 and 3.10. You won't do so well if you only do these. You want to do the prefacing work before that, certainly, right? So that's how you move through. And you generally will spend about a week in each module. You probably will want to make sure you dedicate a lot of time at the end of the term, especially in modules like 9 and 10, just to make sure that you are on task and that you're not leaving anything behind. Okay. So you'll see in module 2, for example, we've got that overview, and then we've got an activity, a couple of discussions, and some of those grammar activities. Some of the activities are pretty quick. And if you're good with commas, that using commas isn't really going to make you sweat too much. And the points aren't that high. But I think when students don't do a lot of outside reading, they perhaps struggle with grammatical conventions. And so that's what that EDE 11 is a lot of these activity practices. So module 3 is the summary and response paper. This is giving you background into that paper. You can tell now we're starting to pick up speed through modules 1 and 2. It's you getting oriented to the class. Now this is where the heavier work begins. Module 4 is planning the draft. So getting oriented to the assignment, drafting the assignment, draft of it, and then the next module is obviously going to be peer reviewing, looking at your classmates' work. That's why peer review and discussions must happen in the weeks that they're assigned. You can't do it 3 weeks later. Your peers have moved on. They're going to be working on something else. They're not going to get that feedback. So this is why, even though you're taking an online asynchronous course, timely submissions are required. Okay? So then you hand in your paper, your first major essay, and then there's the midterm. And then we move on to the expository essay, which is an informational essay. You've got all of the information, and some of these are like samples, descriptions of the essay, an overview, so on and so forth. You can see the different activities. You can see some of the grammar activities. This one has a major assignment. That's a paper planner. You're setting up topic selection, research, so on and so forth. And module 7 is the draft. Module 8 is understanding persuasive writing. And of course, your essay paper final is here. So that is the second of the 3 papers. Here's your third one, persuasive essay. So expository means informational writing, what a Wikipedia page should be, or what an Encyclopedia Britannica entry should be, what a government document should be. It's not persuasion, it should be informational. But then we move on to modules 8 through 10, which is persuasive writing and research. And so you've got a lot of content in week 8. Please note, some of these are discussions. Some of these are small activities. Week 8 is the week of July 10 through 16. You're going to be very busy. If you work a little bit ahead, you can move a little bit ahead, but you have to make note that you need to come back and respond to your peers in discussions. So that's why that day planner, perhaps an alarm on your Google, or Android, your Android or your Apple phone, maybe putting in alarmed alerts in your calendar will keep you up to date. If you do 2 or 3 a day during the work week, you're going to be fine. But remember, again, this is like 15 hours a week of work. So perhaps you decide that you sort of scrunch modules 1 and 2 together, and you work a little bit ahead but don't forget to go back and to do those timely weekly discussions. Your main posts can be early, but you need to respond to your peers. All right. Now, module 9 is the research paper on free college education. You'll be writing an annotated bibliography. That's just showing an explanation of how you understand your sources. That's happening week 9. Week 10, you'll be looking at some sample papers. You'll be doing peer reviews and submitting your final research paper. So 3 essays are involved in English 111. And of course, you've got some grammar quizzes and things like that as well. Finally, you've got the final exam. In addition, down here, we've got some just supporting reference content for MLA. How do you do X, Y, or Z in MLA? So you can come back here and take a look at that. So this is the modules. And you're going to want to spend a little bit of time at the beginning of every week on the overview, skimming it, writing down notes, emailing me the questions you have. And I'm going to do a module overview video every single week too. Sunday nights, you're going to get that video post so that you can see what's coming up this week. So don't forget to take a look at the announcements. So important. You'll see announcements for every week. The final thing that I want to do in this video is I want to show you the inbox. Let's see. Let's click on it. Oh, I'm denied as a student. So hang on 1 second. Okay, so now I'm in my overview and you can see I can compose a new message. And so when I compose a message here, it's just that little marker right there. You can select a class and you can go into favorite courses. Let's choose this one just as an example. You can type my first name and my name will pop up. This is a way to reach out to me. You can put your subject, help with module 2. You can type your information. You'll notice even a spell checker is built in. You can even attach content that you're working on. This is a direct way to email me. I have my settings set up so that I can get my messages, even if I don't check my inbox. You can see my inbox is 310 messages. But if you click right here on the little circle right at the very top, you'll notice I added my own personal image there. And you choose notifications. Within notifications, there's a couple settings I want to show you really briefly. There's 3 columns over here. Your main student email, and mine's my main professor email. Any devices I have, like an iPad or some sort of Samsung Galaxy, right? And then a secondary email. So anytime I do an announcement, I can get a copy of that in my student email, right? Like you will have your student email right here. So I would turn the notify immediately on. And my other recommendation is to download the Canvas for Students app. I will post announcements on Sunday that have video overviews for the upcoming week just to give you a little bit more insight onto what's happening. And when those get posted, if you choose to turn this on, you can choose this. You don't have to. But if you choose to turn it on, you'll get that immediate notification. And if you have like a laptop or whatever, and you have the app, it will alert in the app, and the app will have like a little number, and you'll just get a little quick heads up. Hey, there's an announcement. The other place is this conversations link. This is the actual inbox. So the 3 options are, and I have mine turned on. Anytime a student emails me from the inbox, it goes into my Nova email. So I don't even check my inbox. I don't need to, because I can check my email and I can see all those messages. And I can respond from my Nova email, and it pushes everything back into the inbox. It's pretty neat. But it allows the inbox to be a one-stop shop. So you can find me pretty quickly. And if you've been added to like a group conversation, a message I'm sending you or a message you're sending me, regardless, you can get those notifications. And so I would turn these on. And if you want to turn anything else on, by all means do it. Please note, I am not putting in every, I actually want to go back there and I want to show it to you. In every assignment, I am not putting in due dates for every quiz, and every activity. It's too labor intensive, and I'm just not going to do it. So students who request a to-do list and the update of the stuff on the to-do list, sorry, you're out of luck. Major assignments will have those due dates on them, like the midterm and final and the major assignments. But no, you know all your due dates if you go into the modules. You'll see it built in within module 2. I even have the dates of each week, and on that schedule, I tell you what is due what week, and then within that week, what day you've got to submit. It is a college student's responsibility to figure their schedules out. It is not a professor's responsibility to post reminders the day an assignment is due or to put everything in the Canvas to-do list. It creates too much paperwork. So it's not going to happen. So you have this document, and you need to set up a plan to stay on top of your work. Again, I will be posting video overviews of the week in the announcements. You can certainly use that as a refresher. But this schedule should be printed out or should be saved to your desktop. And if I have to update it for any reason, I promise I will. And then you'll see the updated version, and I'll post an announcement letting you know that I've done that. So this is the modules. This is the video on how to email me and a reminder about the to-do list and schedules. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know.